On to the Bronco. I've been working on this, and I'll show you what I'm doing here. I've drilled out a bunch of spot welds here. This is just kind of hanging on here now. And then back here in the back, I got the tailgate off, which that is a lot of fun to do, that's for sure. To get the tailgate off of these, there's a harness that feeds through here. Took the tail light out so I could get to it better. And it goes back down under here. And about midway here, there's a connection you have to undo, which this one absolutely did not want to come apart. I'll show you that here in a minute. Then once you get that harness undone, basically you need to remove these 3 bolts on each side. These 3, those 3. These cables, I don't know why they couldn't make this, or I don't know why you couldn't do it yourself to do the same way as a truck. On the tailgate and on the truck, it has that huge Phillips head, which I don't have anything that would fit in that. And if I did, they're probably so stuck. I just ended up cutting the cables. I needed the tailgate off of there, and it's off. And before you do the cables, one thing you need to do is there's a bracket that goes in. I'll show you. It goes right here. And there's a torsion bar that comes up from the tailgate that goes through it. So when you lower the tailgate, those tailgates are pretty darn heavy. It keeps it from just flopping down, and it was so heavy my wife couldn't even pick it up when it was opened up. I told her to try lifting it up and she couldn't do it. So there's a lot of weight there, and that torsion bar is under a lot of tension. So what you need to do, if your tailgate's down, you need to put your tailgate almost all the way up just so you can get down in here. I got in here. I got in there with this. Actually, probably more like that. Have it open just enough so you can do that, and you can zip those off and you're not going to end up hurting anything. If you were to undo that with the tailgate down, it could hurt you. So I'll show you real quick, well, try to show you real quick what I'm talking about. But like, here's a set of cables I have hanging up here. I don't know why they couldn't have done that like they do on the trucks. So all you would have had to do is just lift that up, take the cable off. I imagine a lot of these tailgates never come off Broncos. Still would have made sense to me. Okay, so this torsion bar, it's right there. That little sucker right there. And here's the little bracket that's mounted to your truck, and that goes up through there. Just got to be careful when you take that off. And then the harness that I was talking about, had to undo this under the truck. It was in a place I could barely get to it, and it just did not want to come apart. Had to kind of busted it up, and it's all corroded inside. Looks like one of the pins is broke off. So may have a little wiring to do. Nothing real major, and gonna have to be getting back in here, cutting this out. I don't know, I'll figure out a good time to do that. This back here needs work. After I got the tailgate off, taking the bumper off, which there's 3 bolts on each side, bolts and nuts on each side of the frame. It's not coming off too bad. I got half of it off last night. And then James from Central Oregon Shenanigans called me, and we spent a while talking on the phone, had a few adult beverages, and after that, I thought it was time to go up to the house. So that's where I'm at right now. I'm gonna take the bolts off this side, get this bumper out of here. I have to get the bumper out of here so I can get to the spot welds that are down there. There's all these little spot welds. One there, and all along down this side. And once I get those out, I believe this quarter panel will come right off. I don't even think that inner wheelhouse is even attached anymore on this. It might be, I don't know, it might be down here. I think the rest of it, good to go. And if it is attached, there's not much holding it. I was also talking to a guy I know, well, he owns this Bronco over here, that one. And I was talking with him last night a little bit, we were messaging, and brought up removing this body line. And I think that'd be a good idea when we get the new panel on there and get everything finishing up, just smooth this all out so there's no body line in here. I think that's a pretty good idea. And it really wouldn't take much to do that at all, and it would just give it a nice, clean, smooth look. Finally got the bumper off of this thing. Really didn't come off too bad, except one bolt over there. There always seems to be that one stubborn bolt. But that bolt, I had a heck of a time getting that thing out. Finally got it. And I got the bumper sitting out here where it's just gonna go to the junk pile. Pretty nice day here in central Iowa today. Partly sunny and temperatures, I don't know what the temperature is. It feels pretty nice. I think it's in maybe the low 50s. Jesse's been enjoying the sun, just sunbathing all day. So now that I have the bumper off, I'm gonna get back to work on all these spot welds. May have to pull this off as well, which is held on, well, I can show you on this side over here. It's held on, just gotta take these nuts off back here and get those out of the way, because I don't know if there's spot welds. There's a rivet or something right there. There's one there. Assume there's a few more down here. That might just pull off the way it is. So I'm gonna get busy doing that. I'll show you how I'm removing these spot welds, and then I'm gonna remove the rest of them, and then we'll get this quarter panel off of here. Okay, so we've got spot welds all along here. I'm gonna do this one right here. And I just drill a little hole in the center of it. I suppose you could use a center punch too, but this makes it pretty easy. So just drill into that a little bit. And then take your spot weld cutter, put that in the center of it, drill it out. I'm not sure if it's my drill or this bit that's something a little wobbly. I imagine it's the bit. It's a Harbor Freight cutter. And my phone is ringing. Okay, now where was I? I think I was talking about this bit. It's a Harbor Freight bit. It's a cheap thing. And I did 2 spot welds, and these teeth broke off. Flipped it around, and I've been going ever since with this one. I have another one. I probably should have bought 4 or 5 or 6 or 10 of the things, but anyway, you just try to just go through this one piece of metal. And I'm not sure if I'm through that or not. Then you come in here with a little chisel or something, and this one isn't very sharp. Alright, I sharpened my chisel a little bit. This may just be in a bad spot. And it's off. If you saw my chisel poke through there, that'll pull off of there now. So that's what you do all the way around this. I need a little bit longer chisel. I don't know if I have one or not, but this one works. It'll work pretty good on these up here. So time consuming, but it gets the job done. So I'm going to spend the next second or two taking all these spot welds out, and then I'll bring you back in. We'll get this thing taken off. When you go to remove these hinges off the back of here, these nuts come off here, and then you drop your wrench, and then that bracket will just pull out of there. Just like that. All right, we're making some progress here. Almost have all the spot welds out. And then this is the one I'm using now, if I can get out of the shadow, which it has, well, anyway, there's some broken teeth on this one. And it's still working. I still have the other side that I can use, and hopefully I'll get that get this quarter panel off tonight. I did start using my air chisel. That works a heck of a lot better than a manual chisel. You don't have to cut the spot welds down as far. You can stick it up there, hit the trigger, and it just cuts right through it. Makes it a heck of a lot easier. But it shouldn't be too long and we'll be ready to pull this quarter panel off of here. This thing is gonna look naked with no doors, no front fenders, no quarter panels. So I'm gonna drill out the final few spot welds, and there may be some on the bottom. I think it's pretty much loose everywhere. But I will look at that, and hopefully we'll be getting this quarter panel off shortly. Okay, I think I've got all the spot welds out of this thing, and I'm not gonna lie, this wasn't fun. There was a lot of, there were some spot welds that I didn't see. There's some rivets back here that I needed to drill out. Up here, I don't know what the heck's holding it on up here, so I just cut it, and I don't even know if you can see that, probably not. But I think it's ready to come off. And it's gonna look a little rusty crusty under here, and that's okay. Finally! Alright, so we finally got that pig off of there. She fought me pretty hard. Hey, what do you know? More wasp nests. This is the inner wheelhouse. This is not looking good. It's coming out. We'll replace that. That's not a big deal. And what do we have up here? That's okay. More wasp nests. This down here looks like it needs replaced. I don't even know what you... Look at this. They fill this stuff up with an actual bag of, like, I guess it's insulation. I'm pretty sure that'll hold water though. So yeah, kind of like the cab corner on a pickup, I guess. This needs to be fixed one way or another. So I'll have to see what we come up with there. Clean this all up. We gotta fix that. Fix some other stuff in here too. This under here, this is good and solid. I'll get this all cleaned up, paint it, and we'll be in business. But this was not a lot of fun. There were a ton of spot welds along this thing. But we got it all out, we got it done, so that's all that matters. Now just come in here, clean this up, and need a new inner wheel. I know I have one of these. I don't know if I have two. One problem getting the passenger side quarter panel off is you have these where the spare tire mount brackets and all that stuff goes, and these were so corroded. I got up in here with either a ratchet or a wrench and then a pipe, and every one of them just snapped off. But you had to get them off to get the quarter panel off. And I thought there was a spot weld back in here maybe because of the, I don't know if you can see it, because of this bracket that goes up here for the, I guess that's for the spare tire. And I thought right down, wherever it is, somewhere in here, it looked like there was a spot weld. So I cleaned this all off. I couldn't see anything, and then there wasn't one. So anyway, we got this off. It was kind of a pain, but it's all worth it in the end. Unfortunately, I have to get the other side done as well. And then there's some stuff back in here, like this down here. Gonna have to, I don't know if you can buy these pieces or not, or if I'm just gonna have to make something that works. Most of it's good metal. I mean, you could probably cut out up in here and down around and bend some stuff into shape, but I don't know. We gotta think about that. Right now, I'm just happy to have that quarter panel off. That wasn't a lot of fun, but we're getting there. That's all that matters. It was a little frustrating here the last hour or two trying to get all the spot welds, figure out what was holding that darn thing on, but I got it. So tomorrow, I would like to get the driver's side off. I'm probably not gonna film anything on that, just get it off of there. Should be a little bit easier than the passenger side, being this had the spare tire crap on it. We could just clean this all up and do something a little bit on fenders and have kind of a unique looking pickup. But I don't think so. I think we'll put it back together as a Bronco. Well, it's the next day and I don't really remember where I left off last night when I got done recording. I had had enough and I just called it a night. And today, I think I mentioned last night, I'm gonna get started on this quarter panel over here on the driver's side. see how far I can get before I have to go get a new spot weld cutter. Over here on this side, I know it doesn't look good, but it will clean up okay. I just went over this real quick. We'll get this cleaned up. Everything, I mean, it's pretty solid. Just doesn't look very good. I mean, heck, it is 25 years old, and it's not like you could get back in here to wash anything or anything like that. It's just surface rust, so that is going to clean up pretty good. Got some wheel well issues to take care of. Kind of tore that apart when I took that inner wheelhouse out, but we'll get this all patched up too. That's not a big deal. This part out here is real good. It's just this part in here. And then also on this panel here, I have some stuff. It's not POR 15, and I'm not even sure where I put it. It is this stuff here. I don't think I might have used this when I was going to fix the bottom of one of the doors on my green truck, and I ended up not using that door. Supposed to be similar to POR 15 or an alternative. There's all kinds of different stuff out there, but I have that. So I think what I'm going to do is just clean all this up real good, patch up whatever needs patched up, and I'm going to coat it with that rust bullet. But gonna have to do something, patch up the floor over here and over here. Lots to do. And I want to emphasize again, this is not like we're building a show truck. Everything on this truck could be replaced. And if you started doing that, you would be replacing everything, and we're just not going to put thousands upon thousands of dollars into fixing this up. When I get done, it's going to be a nice looking Bronco as it drives down the road, and in general everything's going to be pretty decent. But is everything going to be 100% perfect? No. If you're doing a full-blown restoration, yeah, replace pretty much everything. But we're taking an old Bronco that looked okay, not the greatest, and we're gonna make it look pretty darn nice. It's basically gonna be a good looking, fun daily driver. So that's pretty much all I've got. I'm gonna get started over here on the driver's quarter panel. Don't forget, if you have a license plate to send in, let's get this wall finished off over here. Or if you have anything else you want to send to the Fox Shop, the address is down below. Also down below is a link for hoodies, zipper hoodies, t-shirts, that kind of thing. It's in the description. Give this video a thumbs up, comment down below, subscribe if you haven't already, and we'll catch you next time. Bye-bye.